Hello, all you neuropsychotherapy fans out there. This is Dr. Dave once again coming to you to tell you about my latest Shrink Wrap Radio interview episode, which in this case is Shrink Wrap Radio number 432, in which I interview Mark Horowitz, MA, who for 30 years or more has been working as a family therapist, organizational leadership development person, and a organizational coach. And he has written a fascinating book about systems theory. Now, you may be familiar with the original idea of systems therapy, systems theory, general systems theory, which was fairly technical and really came about in relation to cybernetics and computer systems, but was actually conceptualized in terms of a very broad overview of all sorts of systems. And then later, as time went by, it's been adapted to what would be called human systems theory. And that's the focus of Mark Horowitz's book, which is called The Dance of We. And the title of the book didn't necessarily communicate to me that it was about systems theory until I started reading it. And the full title is The Dance of We, The Mindful Use of Love and Power in Human Systems. So I think it's that emphasis on love and mindfulness that emerges as the thing that's most distinctive about his approach. He really walks us through a lot of the issues of what happens when we come together as groups. And all of us live in systems, within systems, within systems. And he takes us through a lot of those different levels. And interestingly, he weaves into it a lot of his own personal story, which is much of it that goes in and out of the teaching portions of the book, draws from his experience as a young man when he was a member of a therapeutic co-op, I guess you would call it, a group that came together to lead workshops and do individual work on psychotherapy and meditation, spiritual ideas. And what happened was, according to his own account, it became kind of a cult. And so he uses it throughout the book as an example of how systems can become life-deadening as opposed to life-affirming. And so as you move through the book, you'll find lots and lots of examples that could apply to therapy situations, your own life situations, and the work situations in which you find yourself, as well as your community and this country and so on. So I highly recommend this book. As I say, I think it's an original take, and it has lots of down-to-earth, practical advice. So I guess that's it for this one. I always want to do this in one take, but I apologize for the hesitations and the fits and stops and starts. So with that, I think I better hand it right back to you, Matthew.